Marcus Garvey to be honored in Atlanta. France won back their Statue of Liberty. Police kill innocent youth in Kingston. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. A plaque will be unveiled in Atlanta, Georgia on March 25th to honor Jamaica's first national hero, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. The event will take place at the Big Bethel AME Church, where Garvey made his first appearance and delivered a public lecture on March 25th of 1917, marking the 108th anniversary of the historic address. The unveiling ceremony will form part of the second annual Atlanta Marcus Garvey Lecture, initiated by Garvey's professor and president of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, the UNIA, Stephen Golding, in a collaboration with the Atlanta Jamaica Association. According to the significance of the event, March 25th is also commemorated by the United Nations as the International Day of Remembrance for the victims of slavery and the transatlantic slave trade. As the founder and first President General of the UNIA and African Communities League, Garvey built the largest mass movement of black people in history, establishing a powerful framework for economic independence, cultural pride, and political self-determination that reached from the streets of Harlem to the shores of Africa, the Caribbean, and beyond. A French minister is calling for France to take back the Statue of Liberty because the United States no longer represents the value that led France to offer the statue, a French Eurodeputate said on Sunday. We're going to say to the Americans who have chosen to side with the tyrants, to the Americans who fired researchers for demanding scientific freedom, give us back the Statue of Liberty, he told cheering supporters. The Statue of Liberty was unveiled in New York City Harbor on October 28 of 1886 for the centennial of the American Declaration of Independence as a gift from the French people to America. Glucksmann, a staunch defender of Ukraine, has strongly criticized President Donald Trump's radical change of U.S. policy on the war. He also took aim at Trump's cut to U.S. research institutions, which has already prompted a French government initiative to attract some of them to work in France. He's now asking all scientists fired by Elon Musk and Trump to head to France and work in research there. Theresa Harris, a Florida-based Jamaican attorney, is urging green card holders who may encounter challenges with immigration authorities at the airport in the U.S. not to sign the I-407 form. That form is a record of abandonment of lawful permanent resident status. She said if you're traveling and held by immigration, they will sometimes stick several documents in front of you to sign. She's urging residents not to sign any form unless they have proper representation. Do not be scared by their threats. Ms. Harris said even if an immigration officer confiscates your green card, the decision can be overturned by a judge once the holder of the green card refuses to sign the I-407 form. So people, do not sign that form or any form that they push in front of you. You could be giving up your legal rights in the United States. Meanwhile, 3 British nationals have been charged with breaches of the Dangerous Drug Act after they were allegedly caught attempting to smuggle cocaine through the Norman Manley Airport and the Sangsters International Airport last week. 50-year-old Nigel Manning of Northumberland in London, England, was arrested at Sangsters International on Thursday, March 13, and he was subsequently charged on Friday with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, and attempting to export cocaine and conspiracy. The Firearm and Narcotics Investigations Division reported at about 3:20 its personnel were conducting security screening at Sangsters for passengers boarding a flight which was destined for London Gatwick Airport. And during the screening, Mr. Manning reportedly aroused the suspicion of the police. It's reported that a subsequent search of his luggage revealed 7 frozen coconuts containing approximately 4 kilograms of 9 pounds of cocaine, and the drug has an estimated street value of 128,000 pounds or 26 million Jamaican dollars. Mr. Manning's arrest came just a day after detectives arrested separately two other British nationals for the same offense at Norman Manley International Airport. 51-year-old Derek Winston and 41-year-old Lisa Wood, both of Sandway Road, Orrington in England, have been charged with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, attempting to export cocaine, and conspiracy. They were held with a combined 14.2 kilograms of 31 pounds of the drug, valued at 454,000 pounds or 92.7 million Jamaican dollars. Meanwhile, residents of Galloway Road in Kingston 13 have charged that there is no truth to police report of a shootout that left a 33-year-old man from their community dead on Friday night, instead describing his killing as murder. Residents identified the deceased as Joel McFarlane, also called Speedometer. They said that he was mentally challenged, a former resident of Bellevue Hospital. One shot in his head, they mash up the little youth innocently, one bystander said. The police said it's a shootout, but only 3 shots were fired. They said it's a shootout and they find a gun. Ware questioned a female resident holding a bulging bag of what she said was McFarlane's medication as she stood outside his door. All shots were fired by the police. Joel didn't fire a shot. You can't even go around Joel a certain way. He's afraid of those things. He doesn't like violence, she said, pointing to the spot where she cleaned his blood off his doorstep after the incident. The resident claimed that McFarlane has just returned home from a setup in a neighboring community when officers knocked on his door and, upon his exit, shot him. The resident described Joel as well taken care of by his family, who would regularly buy him his groceries and new clothing, and said he was trusted around the community to purchase food for residents. And this is one of those killings for Indicom to do some homework on. It is getting really bad now with the police killings in Jamaica. Onto sports, Humber Lions are out of the relegation zone in the Jamaica Premier League after beating Harborview 1-0 in their third round game played on Sunday at the Effortsville Community Center in Clarendon. Humber Lions, who were winning for the third time in their last 5 games, are now up to 12th place on 24 points, which is just 1 point above Chapelton Maroons, who drew with Mullines United, while Vere United are at the foot of the table on 22 points. Tivoli Gardens came from behind twice to outscore Waterhouse 3-2 and got back-to-back wins, inching up to 7th place on 39 points. While defending champions Cavaliers and Portmore United, who are chasing a playoff spot, both scored 1-0 wins over Vere United and Dunbehodle FC respectively. And at Ferdinita Park, Javier Brown's 19th-minute goal was the difference between Portmore United and Vere United, as the loser now slipped to the foot of the tables. And last night in the lone game, Montego Bay United and Arnett Gardens played to a 2-2 draw. And that's Colombian News and Sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.